And joining us today for our Eye on Terre Haute is Mayor Duke Bennett. Thanks for joining us again.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. And today we're talking about basically the coke and carbon plant. You guys have your final approval. This is something that we've been waiting for quite some time, and then hopefully we'll get to start marketing that area.
Exactly. You know, it's kind of been, of course, it's been very contaminated for a long time, and we've been working for many years to get in a position to be able to get it cleaned up, and we're able to get some funding through the state revolving fund to help us do this phase of the cleanup. And it's a pretty significant area that borders both Hallman and 13th Street, the more marketable parts of the complex. It's about 65 total acres there. And we had a walk through this week to make sure everything, you know, is in compliance. You just have to jump through all those hoops. And then we'll be able to take that back to the sanitary board since the money came through a bonding source. And we'll be able to get that approved locally, so we're done, and then send all the paperwork off, and then that will free that site for us to begin to market it.
Now, last time we talked about this, we had mentioned that you kind of already have some businesses or prospects in mind that are kind of looking at that area.
There's been several people who have just contacted us and asking about timelines and what process we're going to take to be able to make it available to the public. So our goal is to get it back on the tax roll. So whatever we can do to get the proper fit into that area, you know, whether it's something light industrial, commercial, you know, any of those things would be a good fit. We're open to those ideas, so we'll do a lot more with the public and get something out so people can kind of respond to that, and I'm sure we'll work out something.
Okay, and then another new project that we have that's coming in the future that I think a lot of people here in Terre Haute in this area are excited about, especially if you have a pet, is the new Bark Park, I believe, that we're finally making some more steps towards that too. Yeah,
it's been an ongoing thing for the last few years also, because you know, that site needed to be cleaned up, and you get into all the red tape of another environmentally, unclean site. And so working with Vectren, they've been able to get an agreement with the Parks Department for us to lease that now. They've got their agreement with the EPA to get the site cleaned up. That work will begin very soon, and as soon as they're done with that part, then we'll go in and build the park out. We hope to have it open this fall. That's the goal.
That's a good goal. I think a lot of people are looking forward to that this fall.
They've been waiting on that for a while.
Yes, definitely. And then the other thing we want to talk about was the streets. You know, we already have seen some paving going on here in this city. We have a couple different projects that you guys have in plan or in store for this summer.
Yeah, we've, you know, after the winter, a lot of streets kind of got bumped up on the list, and so one of the ones that I get a lot of calls about is 13th Street up on the north end.
That tends to affect a lot of people's passages.
It does. And up north of Lafayette and some areas around there where it's just in really bad shape. And one of the delays on that one, we were supposed to get it done last fall, but there's old railroad tracks that used to run to Clinton that go up through that way, and so we're getting that ripple board effect up there. And so we'll go in and dig that out and rebuild that middle section of the road and pave that stretch, which will be a big benefit. And we kind of got some of that on South 7th Street too. We talked about that last month about some old tracks that went to Sullivan. And so we keep finding these things from our past that keep us from just laying asphalt. You just can't do that. So we're going to be doing a lot of paving this year, and we'll get the streets back up in the best possible condition we can.
Are we hoping to have most of that done by the fall?
Yeah, the plant will close in November sometime, so we'll work right up until the asphalt plant closes, and it'll be ongoing. About every other week or every 3 weeks we'll have a big project going on.
Okay, and another hot topic that has been in the news is the TIF districts. People want to know what's going on with that. Explain a little bit more about it.
Yeah, a lot of people don't really know what TIF districts are, but they're tax income and finance districts, and we've got several in the community. And when development occurs and then the property taxes they pay, they stay in that area to help fund other projects, streets or sewers or infrastructure, whatever. And lately there's been some discussion because of the law changing about TIF district management, and our TIF districts are doing very well here in the community. All of them are, you know, making funds available for us to do the kind of development we need to do, and that's why, like downtown, you've seen so much happen over the last 8 to 10 years because of the TIF district. So some of the discussion has been about how we transition into the new law that goes into effect July 1st on how we manage the funds and how they work with the city council and those kind of things. What's unfortunate from that law is, though, they put a time limit on our downtown TIF district, and it was a legacy TIF, which means that it was never ending, and they've shortened the life on it considerably. So we've got a lot of work to do here to make sure we take full advantage of this downtown TIF district.
That's kind of a game changer.
It is.
All right, well, thanks for sharing all of that. We always appreciate it. For you stopping by with us.
Thanks.
You're very welcome.